We're back with another Techstination interview. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Fred Fishkin. Spring is here. Time to spend more time outdoors, hopefully. And joining us with some new gear to chat about is the founder and CEO of GoSun, Patrick Sherwin. Great to see you again, Patrick.
Likewise, Fred. It's always good to be here.
Well, the latest from GoSun includes a powerful new battery, the GoSun Power 266. Give us the rundown here.
Sure. We are all about bringing portable power to people in any kind of off-grid situation. And that happens, in your backyard, and it extends out to the beach and the boat, campsites. But you can find yourself, off-grid, so to speak, in all kinds of situations. And we know that most of our battery-powered devices can't quite keep up with us. So we created a lithium-ion power bank that is still very compact, but yet has the ability to charge devices kind of almost endlessly. And these devices go on up to a laptop, pretty heavy-duty camera gear, drones, as well as tying into basically our entire solar-powered kitchen. So the Power 266 is kind of the most compact and robust little power bank, packed full of lithium ion on the market. And with it, you can cook meals, refrigerate for days, brew coffee, make hot water for showers, and of course, keep all your devices fueled up. It's a little 3-pound device. It can more or less fit into a tiny little pocket on a backpack. And for an example, it has the ability to charge a cell phone around 22 times. It's got the built-in Qi wireless charging, a couple USB-C ports, which we're trying to do more and more with, as there's a new standard being emerged in the world of the electronic device. USB-C is kind of the end-all, be-all, catch-all of ports. And then it's got a nice 15-amp, 12-volt socket like you might find on your car, boat, truck, or RV.
Very cool. So you can do an awful lot with this. The challenges in building something this powerful into a compact size to go with your cooler or the other devices that you have on the market, the ovens.
Yeah. So, a lot of power banks that are out in the market right now are quite a bit bulkier because they throw in almost too many features. They often want to make sure it has a AC powered inverter, so you can have household energy. Where we shied away from that is both for the complexity and the opportunity for things to go wrong with that complexity, as well as the size. You need to have ventilation. Inverters are bulky with all the MOSFETs and things. So we ended up developing a port on this charging power bank that you can adjust the DC voltage. Most of your appliances or your kind of electronic devices that are portable run on DC power at the end of the day. So when you plug them into a household energy, that's an adapter that makes DC power at a range of voltage, anywhere from, on the low end, like if you're running a USB device, it's 5 volts. And on the high end, it might be as much as 25 volts, but that's all DC. So this power bank has the ability to put out different voltages depending on the device that it's running. So you can tune it to your laptop or to your wireless router or to charge your vacuum cleaner, you name it. It'll, you can adjust that voltage, which basically, instead of having DC powered appliances that are being fueled by an inverter that came out of a DC battery, and there's 3 steps of inefficiency there, we've just gone DC to DC, if that makes sense.
So you sell this in a number of ways, Patrick, standalone or bundled. So tell us about what some of the options are.
So the standard Power 266 by itself comes with, I think it's about 7 ports. So it's got USB-C, 2 USB-Cs, a USB-A, and that standard 12-volt socket. And then this is the wireless port for Qi charging. It has a pretty robust light, charging indicators, and then that voltage adjustment. So ultimately, by itself, you can charge, with a wall socket that's included. It takes about 6 hours, I believe, from the wall socket because there's so much energy in here. But we also have packages with solar. So we have flexible solar panels that kind of fold up about the size of a book. And we have a folding solar camping table. And that actually turns into the fastest way to charge this. You can charge it in about 4 hours with our 120 watt solar table system. It has built-in maximum power point tracking, so it takes that variable energy from the sun, and really the batteries are very happy to absorb that power. And then on the outlet side, so on the adjustable DC port, it comes with these common 8 DC adapters for appliances and laptops, and battery chargers from cameras and drones and things of that nature.
Wow, so you can really keep things going if you're at a campsite or even in the yard. A lot of people are with the spring and summer, hopefully are going to be spending more time. If they're still working at home, they can do it outside, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Again, back to USB-C. I mean, the laptop that I'm talking to you on is only USB-C powered. I can keep that laptop charged all day on this, and exactly, I can work from anywhere. I could have another few devices plugged in. So yeah, it's liberating. In this solar generator industry is really popping. It's filling a void where generators couldn't touch. Generators are loud, stinky, constantly requiring fuel. They're super heavy and bulky. And so you never thought about bringing them on these little trips, little picnics, or like you said, just to the backyard. You're in a place where you don't want to run an extension cord. So this is quite liberating to have these.
Terrific. Tell me a bit about how this pandemic has affected things at GoSun.
Yeah, the coronavirus pandemic really stimulated a lot of business for GoSun. I think it's because we align with the two kind of major consumer trends. Outside of the world of health, we saw a big resurgence in outdoor recreation, and everybody's kind of heading to the trailhead. What else are you going to do? If the beach is open, let's go there. At least we can stay distant. So our products are perfect for outdoor life. You don't have to hit the fast food joint. You don't have to, eat a peanut butter and jelly. We can create a portable, mobile, solar-powered kitchen anywhere and have the ability to cook, cool, clean, brew, charge, light. So we saw a lot of that business, and then the other one is sort of based on all the insecurity. Coronavirus kicked out a lot of people that were working on emergency preparedness. So, working towards more resilience, staying away and not going back into town or the gas station to refuel. And so, our products are perfect for that as well, because they're all basically designed to be autonomous, running on solar directly, or 12 volt, 110 volt, USB-C, and so you really don't need as much resupply.
Can you have the battery hooked up to a solar panel at the same time you're using it to power your devices?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And we made sure of that. There's plenty of devices that don't have the intelligence or sophistication to do that. But yeah, we make sure that's imperative, because we basically see our customers. We're GoSun. We're trying to fuel as much solar as we can fit into our lives for all of the right reasons. It's you don't have to compromise convenience or performance when going solar, because you're using so much less energy to get the same result. we're finding, again, in general, it's extremely liberating. So we build solar into every one of our products, and we make sure that there is not a compromise with respect to how it's used.
Your claim to fame is the solar oven, which you've kind of not only innovated with, but you've continued developing new models and such that are better and better. So tell us what's hot now, so to speak.
So the oven moved straight into a cooling device. About 3 years ago, we launched our first portable fridge, and we're now iterating on our second version. And this fridge will have dual zones, so you can have a cooler on one side and a freezer on the other. And it's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Of course, it's solar powered. We're also continuing to work on the ovens. We're trying to build one that's ultra value engineered to where it can be available at a very low price, kind of for mass consumer markets. That product, I would like to say, in a year's time or so, could find itself on the shelves of the Walmarts and Krogers of the world. We're also working on a really powerful, larger scale, more stationary solar stove that can cook, as fast as any home grill or appliance. So that product should be coming out in about a month, and it's more, again, for the backyard barbecue enthusiast.
And for us dreamers, you still have that tiny house on the website that I guess is coming this year.
Yeah, so we're taking reservations on a solar-powered, off-grid ready tiny house. We built our first prototype last year, and we're just kind of putting it through the paces. Any prototype of this scale takes a lot of testing and refinement. It's a complete working unit, so we're living in it, basically. And we're learning from that process of living in it. What minor areas or opportunities are there to refine and tweak, and make sure it's the most robust with the cleanest, most efficient set of appliances to get the job done. We're trying to incorporate as much of our technology, as much solar technology. And again, like when you have a lens that focuses on efficiency, you solve so many problems by simply reducing consumption, but yet, trying to really maintain the comfort in there and trying to increase the versatility so that the product, the GoSun Dream, the tiny house, can be bought by all kinds of different customer base. You can buy it to rent as an Airbnb, or you can throw it out as your hunting cabin in the woods. You could travel with it, take it to any of the 13,000 RV resorts around the country, so long as you had a pretty strong truck to pull it, because it's not as light as a travel trailer RV. But we want it to operate a little bit like an RV, but just be a lot more comfortable and a lot more autonomous, be able to create its own power, water, manage its own waste, heating and cooling, and things like that.
Very cool stuff. For more info and a peek at that, you can go to gosun.co. That's where you can find more information and to order some of the really neat products that you've developed. Congratulations on all the innovation, Patrick Sherwin. Thanks so much for taking the time with us.
Well, thanks again, Fred. It's a pleasure.